Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. It is Viciously Abundant. Marina, I welcome you back. So, the topic of discussion today is when your ordinary life is uprooted, when your ordinary life is just not ordinary. So, I want to discuss this because this is a personal topic for me that I actually want to shine light upon. Okay, so get some guidance. Okay, guidance on this one. Now, in my notes, I found it says, "Until you and God, in everything, we will never be blissful." And I see God in everything around me. I know some people don't associate with the name God. So God, source, universe, put that in place of that. So you I'm jumping too far into topic. Okay, so let me let me moderate what I mean when I say when your when your ordinary life is uprooted. Meaning, say for instance, okay, my life example. I've been working a 9 to 5 job in the work field I was working in the work field since I was 15 years old. 15 years old, my first job was Taco Bell. And ever since then, I always worked. Always worked. I worked, and I'm in high school, so went to school, worked in high school, always worked, was working. And sometimes I held down two jobs, as a you know I just felt like, as I grew up, I always knew that in my family, they always say you have to work, you gotta work, money don't grow on trees, ain't nothing's gonna be given to you, you have to go out there and earn it, um and things of the sort, you know and things of the sort and stuff like that. I'm laughing because my daddy used to also tell me, like, when I was working, I don't care what job I had, you know, I don't care what job I had. It could have been working in fast food, working at a nursing home, doing security, any type of job. My father always told me, that's what you want to do for the rest of your life? Yeah. It was like, I don't care what job, how much amount of money it was. He was just letting me know, basically, point blank period, I could see you doing better. Back then, I didn't look at it like that. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? But it pushed me to always want more. So I'm appreciative of those words. Um, yeah. So when I say that your ordinary life comes to an end, meaning, my work life abruptly stopped. It really abruptly stopped. Uh, it abruptly stopped, and I'm grateful for it. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Just it was shocking to me, and I ain't gonna say I didn't. I don't know. I'm still at a point in my life where I'm like, okay, where you taking me? Where we going? What are we doing? You know, uh, Yet I know it's all for a purpose. I see the greater in it. I see the best in it. Um, it makes me happy. All those things. So what I'm saying to say this is when your ordinary life comes to an end, that means God has something, another thing for you. He has something more better, better intended for your life. You might not understand it at that present moment. You might be thinking like, OMG, I'm not working, this not going on, I have bills, I have this, I have that. You're thinking about everything that is going on or that can go wrong at that present moment. Life just hits you. Okay. I'm saying this to say, just take a breather and relax and be like, okay, God, I see you in everything you do. I see you in, source. I see you in everything you do. I don't have to see you, but I feel you in everything you do. I feel you energetically moving. You don't even know, you might have even asked God for something and he can bring you where you have to go. Yet you can't bring what you're not going to be able to get there with that 9 to 5, or you're not going to be able to get there in that vehicle that you had, or you're not going to be able to get there with that uh group of friends that you had. When I mean your life changes at a present moment, it can be anything. Anything can abruptly end, and you may look at it as devastating. And I always use this example with my children. When it's time to clean out their toys, or we're purging the house, because I like to purge and get rid of things and clear the air. I always look at it like, say for instance, I use this as an example. If God was to take this mirror, away from you, He took this mirror away from you, and you're crying and you're upset, and Lord God, why you took this mirror from me? Yet you don't even see what's coming behind you. You don't even see that you have a longer, taller, bigger mirror. So I use that I use it like teddy bears, toys, broken toys. Like, okay, look, we gotta let this go. Um, like for instance, you read things, and in order to bring in the new, you have to be in acceptance of releasing and getting rid of things. And that's just how I look at it. And I wrote down, I repeat it, when your ordinary comes to an end, he has another job for you. That's what I wrote down. Because at that point in my life, I'm like, okay, which I heard, I know why ultimately stopped working, and I deserve more. And in order to deserve more, and you know sometimes in order to get more out of life than for what you have to uproot things yourself. God's gonna do it for you. He's gonna put those opportunities out there for you. Yet it's ultimately up to you, because we have the choice of free will. It's ultimately up to you to you know pardon me, y'all. It's ultimately up to you. It's ultimately up to you to you know say, am I going to listen to this? I have this opportunity. I'm at this crossroad. I'm at this door. I have this open opportunity for me to do something. Am I going to, uh, what I say, feed faith or starve fear? Or am I going to feed feed fear or starve faith. It's all about your faith and your trust in your creator ultimately. And when you get to the point that all of your provisions come from source, guess what? That money that you was making in that 9 to 5, I'm telling you, a firm believer is gonna come to you. It may come to you in ways that you are unexpected. When source, the universe, God wants to give you something, and it is ultimate. And I always say, what is for you is for you. When the passageway is open for you to receive something, honey, trust and believe you will receive it. There's no way around it. You know, there's no way around it. They say, oh, you can block your blessings and things like your blissfulness and things like that. Yeah, ultimately, yes, you can. Yet, when the universe wants to give you things that are ultimately for you, they're gonna come to you. They're going to come to you. So, certain things that I don't worry about. I don't worry about money. I don't chase after money. Money comes to me. Okay? Okay? Money money comes to me. Food. I don't worry about the food being placed in the house. The house could look the pantries could look empty. Guess what? I'm gonna go in there and make a whole home cooked meal, baby. Not just off of I got surviving skills, because we're all ultimately knowing how to survive. It's just I feel like you have to be appreciative of all things that you have. You have to be appreciative when those cabinets and refrigerators are empty and when those cabinets and refrigerators are full. You know? So, you know, you have to be, I feel like in order to be that boss, you have to know how to make a way out of no way. Period. Period. Don't let nothing stop you, you know, nothing at all. So, and I put that sometimes you go in life and you are, you go and you take life and, you're looking for ways to bless yourself. Like, if I do this for somebody, I'm gonna get blessed like this. Or you gamble your money away. You gamble your money away ultimately to look at it like, oh, I'm gonna get blessed with large. But you gambling your money away. Ultimately, how you focus and spend your life and things on things, that's ultimately you're putting that type of energy out into the universe. Oh well, I'm gonna take a risk with my money, you know, and you gonna gamble your paycheck away, and you ain't paid your bills. So that letting the universe know, okay, well, I'm not gonna. She likes having free money to just give away instead of putting it on her responsibilities, or he or she on her responsibilities. Ultimately, what you put out in the universe is being received and will replicate back to them. So sometimes you have to get out of your own way. Not sometimes, most of the time, all the time. Step aside and get out of your way. Um, you are trying too hard to find ways to bless yourself, but if you trust and you have that faith in God, to you're ultimately gonna get your blessing. Just you have to have that faith. I'm gonna repeat it again. Feed faith, starve fear. You know, it's ultimately up to you and your decision and your reality. This is your world. Your world. You are the creator of your existence. You are the creator of your reality. You know, it's all up to you. Let me tell you something. Now, okay. I asked God for something, right? And I told God, now a lot of people do this. God, I'm gonna ask you for something, and you give me this. I'm gonna let everybody know you did it. I'm gonna let everybody know it came from you. But when you get that, when you get that, you renege on it. You don't let everybody know, oh God, help me. You know, um, like for example, I enjoyed my job and I enjoyed the hustle of my job that I was in, and I enjoyed that I was able to dress up. I enjoyed the fact that I was able to interact with people and talk to them. And, you know, I worked front desk at a hotel. I enjoyed the fact that people came in from all walks of nations. Like all over the place to this one place, and I know nothing happens by coincidence. Everything you must coincide with. I've met so many wonderful for beings in this world just by me standing in one place, me being in one position, you know. And I've met so many wonderful people. I've met people that just wanted to hear me sing, people that just wanted to come pour their heart out to me. I've been the shoulder of people to lay their head on and cry. Only, only knew them for one day. Yet I was able to meet these individual people and things of the sort. Yes, certain aspects about my job I did not like, and I don't care how much you love what you're doing. If there are things that are diminishing you and lowering your vibrational pull and just not benefiting you spiritually, mentally, physically, it comes to a point where it came to a point in my life when I'm like, God, I just need you to help me get, you know, I'm to this point. I want more for myself. I want my own career. I want sign checks. I want do this. I want receive this. I want this. I want this. God, I know you'll do it for me. I just have to have faith in you. One night you sleep, about to get up for work, and you're here. Don't go to work. Lay back down. Who you is, baby? I'm a child of God. Here, I'll lay it the fuck down. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. None. I lay back down. I listened. And in order to listen and be attuned to when he speaks, because it wasn't no verbal. It wasn't, oh, Shakita, don't go to work. It wasn't that. It wasn't egotistic. It was a sureness. It's like I was reassured with that voice. It was a voice that I felt like I've heard before. At the same time, I was wondering, like, is this right for me? Should I be doing this? No. It was a reassuring voice, and it was calm, it was quick, and it was swift. Swift and quick. And it wasn't it, when they say you hear God's voice, you don't hear his voice. You feel his voice. You feel his energy within your inner ear. You feel it. It's up to you to pay attention. It's up to you to be aligned and in tune with yourself and with Him. And it's up to you to be in that receiving mode. And yeah, and a lot of my family like, why you quit? And I was like, well, I was guided to. That was just my answer. It wasn't for me to make anybody else understand or overstand or understand what was going on. I did not care because I already knew, you know, when he on your side, I don't care who else not on my side because, you know, I got a unseen force on my side, so we fucking evil, you know. So ultimately, that was just all my answer. I was guided to. God guided me. This, like, with a lot of things that I do in my life, and I'm asked questions, I am ultimately that is my answer. I receive guidance, and shit. If you don't get what I'm saying, then that's on you. So when you when you're a representative of God, you can stand up in front of any man. So with all that being said, that is what that quote is. When you're a representative of God, source, creator, universe, whomever, you can stand up in front of any man. I don't care who it is. I don't care. It could have been somebody you feared. It could have been somebody, say for instance, you was in a domestic abusive relationship. Okay? A domestic abusive relationship, and you had to face that person one day. And you used to be fearful of him. You used to be fearful of this person. Guess what? When you are a representative of God and you give, because sometimes we stray away, but you have to keep your faith. So when you are a representative of God, let me tell you something. You can stand in front of that individual, because women are abusive also. So you can stand up in front of that individual and look that person eye to eye and have not a flinching, no flinch in you, no fear in you. You're gonna stand up right to them because you know ultimately you can't hurt me. You can't touch me. You know, just by looking that individual in their face, in their eyes, just giving them just, you ain't got to give them no I'm gonna kill you stare or nothing like that. Just, you know, fuck, smile. They're gonna hurt them worse, you know. So just knowing that you can just face the person or individual, the person, place, thing, or whatever, is just beautiful. Period. Okay. Woo! God is not going to sustain you in your trials. He's going to move you through it. Did you hear me? God is not going to sustain you in your trials. He's going to move you through it. See, a lot of people are going through storms, and and your life may be unraveling, things may be unsure to you, and you're just like, God, just, oh, make it better, do this, do that. No, honey, you don't want to be sitting where you at, because actually you have to go through that storm. You have to go through that hurricane, tornado, tsunami, whatever your life may be looking like. All right, you have to go through those things. God is not going to sustain you and tell you, okay, yeah, just sit there. This is where you're supposed to be. No, this is when your faith comes into play. This is when your faith comes into play. This is when God is actually testing you. You know, when you're actually going through some things, this is when your universe, your creator, whomever, I say God because it's just easy to come out of my mouth, it's testing you and asking you, okay, you at this breaking point. You gonna revert back to what you was doing, or you gonna go through it. You know, you gonna let me tell you something. When it come down, I'm gonna give you a hustling situation. You know how to get money, right? You know how to get money. I don't, however you get money, you know how to get money. Period. And I ain't talking about a 9 to 5 type of money. You know how to hustle. You gotta hustle. It may be illegal. You may be doing anything. You know, whatever falls in your categories of hustling. You know, sideways. You know, and you're going through some things. You're going through financial things at that moment. God is going to give you those opportunities. He's going to put these opportunities in front of you. Should I sell that bag? Should I give this man my body? Should I still out that store and go boost it? Should I be a booster today? You know, he's going to put those opportunities in front of you to see if you're going to take it. Or are you going to have faith that, you know, are you going to revert back to your old ways, or are you going to have faith that it's going to come another way? That's when your faith and that's when your faith and comes into play. So once again, God is not going to sustain you in your trials. He's going to move you through them. He's going to move you through it. Meaning, you know how many people would never have seen the rainbow if they never drove through the storm? You ultimately want to get to that rainbow. That's just where you want to be at. You ultimately want to get to that sunshine again. That's you know, ultimately don't nobody actually want to stand in the rain. It's beautiful and you know it cools the heat off. Yet, yeah, we want the sunlight. We want the shine. We want the cool breeze. We want that summer breeze. Makes me feel fine. Okay, thank you. So, in order to get through that, you can't just stop and be like, okay, God, I give up. Or I'm going back around now because it was shady over there, but it wasn't storming. It was shady over there, but the tornadoes and tsunamis wasn't coming. Nah, go through it. Go through it and see just how rejoiceful you be once you're out of it. You know, see just how rejoiceful you are once it clears, once the dust clears, and once everything settles back down, and just you gonna look back and be like, God, that's what you really doing? That's what it was. You know, I had to go through all that just to get all of this, baby. Go through it. Go through it. Okay? Okay. So, and the last thing it says, these are my notes that I am. So, and I'm looking at it like this because, like I say, when I'm taking notes or something is coming to me, I am an automatic writer. So, when something come to me, I'm just writing quickly. I'm writing quickly, and I don't know what I'm writing. I'm just writing. Yeah, automatic writing. Look it up. I have that gift. That is a God-given gift. You may have it also. So see if you can tap into it. So ultimately, let me tell you this. Ultimately, the purpose in life is joy and peace. It's not about the money. It's not about the success. It's not about your big fancy cars. It's not about the career. It's not about your bundles, your eyelashes, your fake ass nails. I love all those things, yet it's not about those things. Your ultimate goal in life is to have joy and peace and happiness and fun and an abundance of those things. Everything else is gonna fall in line. Trust the blessing. Okay? So get to get to a point in your life when you have joy and peace. And in order to do those things, you have to be willing to let go of addictions. And I'm not saying just drug addictions and things like that. You could be addicted to pornography. I could say you could be addicted to pornography. You could be addicted to, you know, alcohol, drugs. You can be addicted to the hustle. Okay, even though hustling is good, yet you got to know how to flip your money and maneuver your money to get out the hustle. That's the ultimate goal. Uh, you can be you could be addicted to gossiping. You could be addicted to whatever your what your vices is. Your addiction. You know, you have to be willing to get rid of it. You have to be willing to get rid of all things that do not serve your greater good, your highest good. And ultimately, to figure out those things, you can ask yourself, is this serving my highest good? Is this benefiting my greater good? That can be materialistic things, because some people uh addictions is just hoarding. Some people addictions is materialistic things. They have to have that next new thing. That's a materialistic thing. That is you are in the world and not of the world. That you have to get out that mundane ass shit. You gotta let that go. Negativity. If you're surrounded by a bunch of negative beings and you're watching news, it's not it's I won't say watching news is ultimately bad. It's just you have to see the behind forces of the news. You have to know that it is behind the there is energetic sources behind the news that are diminishing your higher vibrations and keeping you at a lower state of mind. So you have to know what to let go of, what to pay attention to, those things like that. Movies, TV watching, programming, all those things. Those are things that are holding you down. Basically, negative people don't only call you to gossip. People don't only call you to go out to the club or let's have a drink and all this other stuff. You have to know what is beneficial for you and you alone. Okay, so get to where you have joy and peace. Once you ask and receive that joy, many of things are gonna just start. It's like a domino effect. Many things are just gonna start falling into place and just being right in your life. Yeah, yeah. Making sure that's all. So that's all that I had to say on this video. I hope my message came across clearly, and I hope I didn't ramble too much because I go on these little rant pages. But yeah, hopefully my message came across clearly. Hopefully it resonates with someone. Um, if you ultimately like it, like, share, and subscribe. Share my video. Yeah, See you later. See you in the next video.